Module 9. Global Security and Conflict Resolution in International Relations. First, globalization and the transformation of diplomacy. Globalization has interconnected the world through trade, finance, information, culture, and migration, creating opportunities and vulnerabilities. Traditional Westphalian diplomacy focused on sovereignty and borders, but globalization blurs boundaries. Global issues like pandemics, COVID-19, financial crises, terrorism, and cyber threats require collective global responses. Diplomats must now negotiate not just bilateral treaties, but also complex multilateral agreements on issues such as carbon emissions, AI governance, global taxation, and refugee protection. Second, the multipolar world order. For much of the 20th century, world politics was dominated by bipolarity, Cold War USA versus USSR, and later unipolarity, post-Cold War US dominance. The 21st century is trending towards multipolarity. United States remains influential, but its dominance is challenged. China's rise as a global superpower is reshaping global economics and geopolitics. India, Brazil, Nigeria, and other emerging powers are demanding stronger voices. Regional powers, Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, are asserting influence. This multipolar system creates both opportunities for cooperation and risks of rivalry. Diplomacy in this context requires balancing multiple relationships simultaneously while avoiding zero-sum mentalities. Third, the role of non-state actors in future diplomacy. Multinational corporations, MNCs, have more wealth and influence than some states. Their role in shaping climate policies, AI ethics, and global finance cannot be ignored. International NGOs and advocacy networks influence humanitarian aid, human rights, and climate negotiations. Media and social media platforms shape global opinion, mobilize protests, and amplify diplomatic disputes. Terrorist groups, cyber hackers, and transnational criminal organizations pose unconventional threats requiring new forms of counter-diplomacy. Global citizens and diasporas. Individuals now directly influence diplomacy through activism, crowdfunding, and people-to-people diplomacy. Fourth, technology and digital diplomacy. Artificial intelligence, AI, used in negotiations, intelligence analysis, and predicting conflicts. However, AI also poses risks like autonomous weapons and algorithmic warfare. Cybersecurity diplomacy. States now negotiate rules for cyberspace. Cyber attacks are the new weapons of war. Digital platforms and public diplomacy. Governments use Twitter, X, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to engage foreign publics directly. Virtual summits. COVID-19 accelerated digital diplomacy through platforms like Zoom and hybrid UN sessions. Space diplomacy. Growing competition in space exploration. SpaceX, China's lunar missions, Artemis Accords, adds a new frontier. Fifth, climate change, sustainability, and green diplomacy. Climate change is no longer an environmental issue. It is a core diplomatic and security concern. Rising sea levels threaten island nations, desertification drives migration and conflicts. Paris Climate Agreement, COP summits, and carbon trading systems highlight multilateral diplomacy on sustainability. Future diplomats must be skilled in green diplomacy, balancing economic growth with environmental protection. 6. The changing nature of conflict and security. Hybrid warfare blends military force, cyber attacks, disinformation, and economic coercion. Asymmetric threats, terrorist networks, lone actors, and cyber criminals challenge traditional security doctrines. Nuclear diplomacy. Non-proliferation remains critical, especially with North Korea, Iran, and renewed nuclear arms races. Peace-building and post-conflict diplomacy. The UN and regional organizations focus on preventing conflicts from re-erupting. 7th, ethics, human rights, and the future of global governance. Diplomacy increasingly deals with humanitarian concerns. refugees, migrants, gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights. Governments face ethical dilemmas, balancing national interests with universal values. The legitimacy of international organizations, UN, WTO, WHO, is under scrutiny, yet they remain central to managing global cooperation. The future may involve reforming global governance structures to give emerging economies and marginalized groups greater voice. 8. Education, skills, and careers in diplomacy. Diplomats of the future must master cross-cultural negotiation, crisis communication, economic and technological literacy, ethics and conflict resolution, digital and media diplomacy. Careers in diplomacy are diversifying. Beyond foreign ministries, diplomacy now exists in business, NGOs, academia, digital advocacy, and multinational platforms. Conclusion. Module 10 emphasizes that the future of international relations and diplomacy will be dynamic, uncertain, and multidimensional. Power is diffusing, technology is reshaping engagement, and global issues like climate change, pandemics, and digital security require unprecedented collaboration. Diplomats and international relations experts must therefore develop strategic foresight, adaptability, negotiation skills, and